So, peace and blessings to everybody can hear the sound of my voice, and I know they'll pass those peace and blessings on to those that can't. So, I wanted to come to you today to tell you a story I once heard about a great man um, who deserved his own day in time and history. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. All right, I'll let you finish that applause. And so, I wanted to come and tell you a real story about the reality of the day. So the day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, really um, is like America's empathy day. You know what I mean? Like, it's really like this is America's heart day, like a love day. You know what I mean? Like, this is for equality. You know, this is for um, justice and um, our moral code. This is the day of morality. All right. So, as you think about that, think about Martin Luther King um, and his son, the Doctor Jr. Um, but yeah, I definitely wanted to just share that with y'all because definitely on face value, it's about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But when you dig deeper into it, it's more because you think about the Kennedys, right? They don't have a day. You know, Malcolm X doesn't have a day. None of the other Nobel Prize winners have a day. You know what I mean? Like, but Compassion Day is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I I say it to say that it's it's definitely more layers to be discussed, and it is it's a beautiful thing, you know. At the end of the day, it's definitely a beautiful thing to think that we have a day dedicated to it. Um, but you still have this. Um, I know when I was growing up, um, people thinking it shouldn't be a day, shouldn't be a holiday, right? Shouldn't be a holiday, shouldn't be a holiday. But Columbus Day is a holiday. That's a holiday. Um, we have Thanksgiving as a holiday. So Columbus Day and Thanksgiving, right? That time right there. Christmas is a holiday. Holy Day, you know what I mean? New Year's, Independence Day, just name some holidays, you know. We have Labor Day, Memorial Day, Veterans Day. It's not really a holiday, but Memorial Day is. Um, and we see that these holidays have these meanings when it comes to the um, revolution for the country. Um, I don't know what word to say about Columbus to attach to the company to the country, that it sheds a good light, because it's not discovery of a country, it's a embarkment of a country. Um, Thanksgiving is the sharing of a country. Uh, Christmas is the giving of a country. I guess gifts. Um, New Year's is celebration in your country. I don't know. Like time, it's weird. Uh, but Compassion Day is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s day, and he's the figurehead we put on it, but we don't talk about the compassion. Like, we talk about it as a civil rights leader. He was a civil rights leader. So if civil rights was a war, he would have been the general in it. He had a victory that won the war. You know what I mean? Because we're Americans. All we know is war, right? Um, so it's more, people kind of tend to think about it as civil rights. Like, and mind you, civil rights is equality, compassion. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not differentiating it, but I think in people's minds, um, then they'll put it into the box of the 60s and that movement, that era. You know what I mean? So instead of going, civil rights is about equality and compassion and about justice, they'll say, okay, this is just something that dealt with the 60s. This is just America's um, band aid, basically, because we were splitting apart. This is, how we got it back together again. One of America's band aids, obviously. Um, but it might have always been about the same thing. Civil War wasn't about racism, but it was about subjugation of a people. Civil rights wasn't about racism, it was about a subjugation of a people. So when uh, when you have the subjugation of a people, and you're oppressing them, and giving them um, a box in which they have to live out their existence, is a broader the um, oppression that I'm speaking of, or um, segregating them to, you know a different life experience. But um, I just wanted to really touch on that, talk about um, how um, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a day of compassion, love, and um, equality for all, and it's not something that was just in a movement time frame of the civil rights movement. So I think that's what we should teach. That's what needs to be said in this somber day. But yeah, uh, Let me know if anything else y'all want me to talk about. I'm trying to come in more often, do more videos, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.